Federation of the Bahamas.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up first at 6, plans for a $250 million development project on Paradise Island officially announced today. Government dignitaries and Bahamians from all walks of life paying respects to political giant Teresa Moxie Ingram at the House of Assembly. And we're just days away from the 77th Annual Red Cross Fair on Government House grounds.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDon Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Investors are calling it a property unlike any other, and their goal is to travel around the world promoting it. Sterling Hurricane Hole developers released a first draft of the master plan today for an ambitious marina overhaul and development of one of the very few prime properties available on Paradise Island for mixed-use development. President of Sterling Hurricane Hole, David Kasoy.
We here feel so excited that we can be a part of the community and enriching the community and really been given a gem to deal with. This is a property, I think, unlike any other property in the Bahamas, that if it's handled properly, will come out unbelievably for the whole country, and it'll be a center place for the country.
The $250 million project is expected to transform a 50-year-old marina and empty acreage into a 13-acre tropical urban islandscape complete with residences, retail, restaurants, professional office space, and yachting services. The project will be developed in 3 phases over a 5-year period and is expected to generate close to 600 construction jobs per year between 2019 and 2024. Positive feedback coming from a key stakeholder attending today's unveiling, Tourism Director General Joy Jibrelu.
You know, any addition to our tourism product, especially at this time, is just such welcome news. And to see the plans that they have in place, I think it's going to be a wonderful addition. It's what I would call value added to whatever exists here.
Health Minister Dr. The Honorable Dwayne Sands is hoping to avert a nursing strike as nurses threaten industrial action over a series of unresolved issues. Public service nurses are reportedly up in arms over a proposal to institute 12-hour shifts. We talked to Nurses Union President Amarachi Williams.
We've had back and forth talks about the shift. It's not that the nurse don't want to work the shift, but it's a shift that requires a shift premium, which the government failed to want to give to the Bahamian nurses. So they extended this shift change to the expat, which they don't have to pay the expat. And so this causes a riffraff between the Bahamian nurse and the expats.
Dr. Sands told ZNS News today that he is working toward an amicable solution and that any agreement will be within the confines of the labor laws.
Prejudicing the discussion and the dialogue. Whenever there's an impasse, there's clearly a position held by one side and there's a different interpretation from the other. I do not believe that the Public Hospitals Authority, having taken the advice of professionals, would knowingly, willingly, arbitrarily violate the law. And so I think what we need to now do is to foster a spirit of collegial discussion and compromise. Solving the problems of the Bahamas will demand that we move forward.
In death, just as in life, the Honorable Teresa Moxie Ingram knew how to draw a crowd. Her presence was felt in the House of Assembly for the last time as her body laid in state today in the foyer of the lower chambers. Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marguerite Pendling, and Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis led parliamentarians this morning in paying their final respects to Mrs. Moxie Ingram, a dominant female force in politics. House Speaker Halson Moultrie and Senate President Kay Forbes Smith greeted government ministers, senators, and members of parliament as they entered Parliament to sign the Book of Condolences and view the remains. The late chairman of the National Training Agency died on Monday, March 19th at her home. In government and in opposition, Mrs. Moxie Ingram was an articulate spokesperson for the Free National Movement. She was active in frontline politics and government for 15 years, with many of her notable appointments made during successive Ingram administrations. Former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, says he was proud to have her on his team. A former cabinet minister, senator, and member of parliament, Mrs. Moxie Ingram was a strong advocate for the rights of women, a vigorous and unyielding supporter of the rights of children, a labor ally, and a proponent of education and training. Viewing for the general public ran from 1 to 7 p.m. today. The funeral will take place tomorrow at 11 a.m. at St. Agnes Anglican Church on Blue Hill Road, with interment to follow at Lakeview Memorial Gardens and Mausoleums on John F. Kennedy Drive. Family, friends, and loved ones reflected on the life and legacy of former cabinet minister and educator, the Honorable Teresa Moxie Ingram, Wednesday night, remembering her as a woman of principle who stood by her convictions. A memorial service was held for Moxie Ingram at Christ the King Anglican Church, where tributes poured in from the lives of those she touched and who say her legacy will live on. Among those paying tribute was cousin Senator Johnny Ann Dorsett, who counted her as more than family but also a friend. Former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, also reflected on his longtime friend. He says the friendship transcended politics, and with her death, the country has lost a great woman.
I don't know how or when anyone would be able to fill the void that we are already beginning to feel in our lives. We will miss her dearly. May she rest in peace, our dear sister.
She was a woman of stature in our country who was able to demonstrate to young women that public life can be aspired to, and that you don't have to be diminished as a result of being subjected to the withering and political criticisms that doubtless exist from time to time. She set a wonderful example of someone in public life.
Also fondly remembering the woman whom she mentored and who became a beloved friend was former cabinet minister and the first female elected to Parliament, the Honorable Janet Bostwick. She says Moxie Ingram gave up a lot to enter politics, and while she is remembered as a force in politics, that was not always the case.
She was a young activist working hard in the background of an opposition party when belonging to the opposition carried a heavy, heavy price. But she was always highly, highly principled. As a young single mother, and I emphasize that because you do not now appreciate that Teresa really broke a heavy glass ceiling.
And still to come, empowerment for residents of Baines and Grantstown. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evo. Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evo.
Are your monthly bills coming in on top of your holiday bills? It's time for a change. Bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. Move your high-rate loans and credit card balances from other banks to a low-rate consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank. Less stress, less to pay, each and every month. Plus, the chance to win $5,000. So make a change. Get a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank and pay less.
With KFC's Family Deal, everything is under control.
Dad genius.
Enjoy our family deal with 8 pieces of freshly prepared chicken, large family fries, and 4 biscuits. All for just $20 including VAT. KFC Nassau. It's finger-licking good.
Look at all the food!
The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources presents the 2018 Agribusiness Expo, April 13th through the 15th at the Gladstone Road Agricultural Complex. Come and enjoy fresh fruit, vegetables, livestock exhibits, arts and crafts, fun for the kids, and deals galore.
You think you can get it any better than that?
Expo 2018, April 13th through the 15th on Gladstone Road. See you there.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
We are continuing the countdown to the Bahamas annual Red Cross Fair. Public Relations and Entertainment Coordinator Melissa Allen says that the fair will be targeting the youth this year while still engaging the entire family.
Our theme is It's a Youth Vibe. Not only youth vibe, hashtag family, hashtag youth at heart. So our fair is geared towards family and everyone else. As she said, we want to appeal to the youth of our nation.
Director General of the Bahamas Red Cross, Caroline Turnquest, noted that this year's theme is important because of the positive impact so many young persons are having in the community.
We wanted to, bring in the youth, ensure that they are celebrated. There are a number of youth doing a lot of stuff around. You have the Eva Hilton Choir, for instance. You have, the different school project bands. And so a lot of young people are doing positive things. So we wanted to celebrate that and to make sure that the youth are on board. And we just want to draw a little focus to the youth.
With 15,000 people living in the Baines and Grantstown constituency and 54% of them currently unemployed, it seems that educational needs are great. But Member of Parliament, the Honorable Travis Robinson, is hoping to improve these numbers as he partners with Cybertech Career College to offer 200 residents scholarships to officially launch the Baines and Grantstown Center for Academic Development and Enrichment. Robinson says this initiative is all a part of his plans to build a better community for all.
The majority of those who are unemployed have high school education above the 9th grade. 2/3 have no training or a specific trade, and about 4% are professionals. We know the demographics of the people in my community and the challenges that they face. Many is home, as the statistics would have mentioned, did not complete education beyond the 9th grade. And this, I think, signals yet another ray of hope that even though they were unable or unsuccessful inside the structural educational program, here's another opportunity to come and to better yourself.
A memorandum of understanding was signed between Robinson and Cybertech's President Philip Curry. Residents between 16 and 49 are eligible to participate in the 10-week course. Entrepreneurship, small business development, computer studies, e-commerce, internet marketing, and customer service are the areas of studies being offered. Applications are now available at the constituency office, and classes are set to begin on April 23rd.
Remain on the cutting edge. As our motto say, teaching tomorrow's technology today. we always go out and look for futuristic training. We try to shy away from the traditional way of learning. We engage in training that would benefit our students, not just today, but many years in the future.
The reigning Carifta swim champions returned to the capital last evening. Vaughn Aubrey tells us that family and friends gathered at LPIA to greet Team Bahamas.
Team Bahamas about to arrive here at the Lynden Pindling International Airport, and many family members are gathered here, including 91-year-old Madeline. How are you?
I am 90 years old plus.
Yes. And you're here to see?
My granddaughter, Grace Farrington.
There you go. What did you hear about her performance in Jamaica?
Oh, well, very well. Well done.
There you go. There you go. And there are other family members. And this is your daughter, and there are other family members gathered here also. And indeed, because this crew, this Team Bahamas at Carifta, a fourth win in 5 years, there is a Junkanoo group just waiting on them to come outside.
You can go straight to the bumper, okay?
Sports is up next.
Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
It's the magical moment you've waited for all your life. Wedding dreams begin Sunday, April 15th at the 30th Annual Bahamas Bridal Show for hundreds who will meet 40 wedding experts to help couples down the aisle. For tickets and information, visit buttonsformalwear.com or call 421-9783. For the perfect wedding day, it's the Bahamas Bridal Show, Malia Nassau Beach All-Inclusive Resort, Sunday, April 15th. You bring the romance. We'll bring the magic.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
Yeah, child, I can ride this right on this rim. Y'all guess what? What? I ain't got no spare.
Let me just get a jump from the hacker. Nah, that's flat. Guess what, bruh? If you back around the corner of Wolf Road, there's a tire too.
I go in there right now.
No one looking nosy, Shirley.
You know, shut up in my head in the back there. Stop making nerves. Hey, sweet boy, give me one of them tire. And while you at it, check this back.
Epic Wolford now has tires too. Why not replace your tires on the weekend? Wolford is open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit us today.
iCellular Electronics is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. From the latest in cell phones and accessories like the iPhone 6s Plus to the Samsung S6 Edge, the latest in game consoles, games, and accessories. We also carry the best hoverboards, stereo sound systems, and much more. We also have certified technicians to fix all your electronic needs. Located in the Coconut Grove Plaza and the mall at Marathon. What are you waiting for? Come on down to CTI Cellular and Electronics today.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The New Providence Basketball Association's best of 5 semifinals back on court last night at the AF Adderley Gym. Up first in Division 2, it was win or go home for the Carroll Contractors Resistance against the Alive Buckets. The Resistance started strong, scoring the first 9 points of the ball game, and they actually held a double-digit lead for most of the first quarter. Late in the second period, though, the Buckets, they would go to work and make a run, and they pulled within 4 points heading to the break. That surge continued in the third quarter as well, and the Buckets took their first lead of the ball game at 64-63. From there, the Buckets never looked back. They coast to a 99-84 victory and win the series 3-1. Alive now moves on to face the Breezes High Flyers in the championship, which starts on Saturday. As for the Resistance, they are done for the season.
I really don't want to say that everything went downhill for us. These guys, Alive Bucket team, really came out and they executed. I don't want to really take anything away from them. I mean, things didn't go our way, but it was up to us to really execute after that. So everything that happened after that is up to us. So they were able to keep their heads in it, even though we went up double digits. And then when they came back after the referees and after whatever else you may say, we weren't able to keep our heads. So you got to commend those guys.
On to Division 1 now. Just like the Resistance, the PJ Stingers also in a must-win last night against the Commonwealth Bank Giants. This was a competitive ball game through the end of the first quarter, with the score actually tied at 22-all. As for the other three quarters, they were a totally different story. Giants dominate en route to a 110-70 victory to complete the 3-game sweep and remain perfect on the season as they move into the championship on Saturday against the Rockets.
You know, running tournaments is not always that easy, so we wanted to make certain that we have a number that we can manage efficiently, so that once we complete our schedule, we can run our games according to schedule, because sometimes as parents get a little agitated when the kids in the gym all day and all night, and then coaches get agitated when the kids have to sit so long.
Well, the Cybots Basketball Club, they are set to put on their inaugural Easter AAU basketball tournament. It runs tomorrow and Saturday. They start 8:30 each day at the AF Adderley Gym.
You know, running tournaments is not always that easy, so we wanted to make certain that we have a number that we can manage efficiently, so that once we complete our schedule, we can run our games according to schedule, because sometimes as parents get a little agitated when the kids in the gym all day and all night, and then coaches get agitated when the kids have to sit so long before they play. So what we strategized and decided to do is to put a 12-team cap, and we're hoping to have four teams per division. We would like to run a round robin, giving every team an opportunity to play each other, and then at the end of the day, we played the two best teams. We'll go to the championship.
The Baha-Mar Golf Course is open for business and is one of the toughest tickets in town.
A lot of the vegetation on this golf course is all indigenous. All the silk cotton trees and cocoa plum trees and sea grape trees and coconut.
And especially this particular winter, all tee times have been totally taken. Standing room only, they would say, and booking times. That's why we're so happy to be able to fit in the Bahamas AIDS Foundation. We have made a commitment that we're going to have limited charity golf events on this particular golf course, in addition to our own Baha-Mar Open.
Sporting activities for Police Month came to an end yesterday with the Forces Track and Field Classic over at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Officers gave it all they had in a number of disciplines, which ranged from the 100 meters to a tug-of-war competition, and of course, the always exciting relays. Commissioner Anthony Ferguson and National Security Minister Marvin Dames both in the house to take in the festivities.
Some of the races, they're running under 10 seconds. And some of these youngsters were once athletes, and they are really, you will look at the true form and the way they run, and it goes along with the fun and the activities that's going on. It's really exciting.
It's good to see them back on the track again. I believe the last time we actually had an annual track meet, I was still in the force. I was actually the officer in charge of Grand Bahama District. We actually carried it that year. So sports is important. and a dovetail into what we're trying to deliver for law enforcement, which is we're trying to create a healthy lifestyle.
That is your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. First at 6 is back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Rugs, carpet tiles, ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters located on Bernard Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you, offering free estimates and deliveries to the Family Islands. Wright's Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Bernard Road, telephone number 364-1260.
BTC is giving the gift of rollover data, plus free unlimited WhatsApp calls, texts, pictures, and videos. Choose from our 1-day plan for $349, 7-day plan for $999, or a 15-day plan for only $29.99. We've even thrown in unlimited BTC to BTC calls and texts. Dial *203# to activate your plan today. Share every moment with BTC. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
Hey, this is Bodine, host of Fabulous Living, Bahamian Style. And there aren't very many things in life that give as much fulfillment and joy as traveling throughout the Bahamas. See, I've been traveling all over our archipelago, and I've seen some of the most iconic views known to mankind. I've tasted some of the most delicious foods in some of the most unique spots, and best of all, I've had a chance to connect with people from all corners of our nation. And it's not only me, it's me and the entire Fabulous Living Bahamian Style crew made up of photographers, filmmakers, bloggers, and so many more, just looking to tell the story of our Bahamas here on ZNS TV, YouTube, and Facebook. What I want you to do is just enjoy the journey with us, and we'll cover all the must-see, must-do things around the Bahamas, share some really good cooking, and experience some of the most gorgeous homes in the world, all right here, Bahamian style. I know you're going to enjoy this ride.
In Caribbean news this evening, 4 prisoners charged with various offenses including murder, shooting with intent, and simple larceny are currently on the run after escaping the Falmouth police lockup yesterday. The escapees are 24-year-old Mario Morrison of Bamboo District, 31-year-old O'Neill Demetrius Boy of Low, Trulani, 22-year-old Travon Lawson, and 39-year-old Adrian Stewart. The Caribbean Tourism Organization has entered into an agreement with blockchain technology company BIT Incorporated aimed at facilitating the implementation of more efficient payment processes for tourism-related and products and services. The two organizations signed a memorandum of understanding this morning at the CTO's headquarters in Barbados, under which BIT's digital wallet and merchant applications will be promoted to help foster broader economic partnerships in community-based tourism and related sectors. The concert is 13 months away, but already the LGBT community is expressing its displeasure with reggae singer and one of dancehall's stalwarts, Buju Banton's scheduled visit to Trinidad and Tobago in 2019. It has resolved there should be no promoting of artists who promote violence against LGBT people. In the past, some of Banton's lyrics spoke directly and violently against homosexuality.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, we have a front system pushing through the northwest Bahamas, triggering a few showers and thunderstorms in spots. Some of those were heavy at times earlier today, resulting in the severe water warnings issued for some parts of the northwest Bahamas. But outside of our studios, we have a few clouds, your temperature 81 degrees, relative humidity at 69%. The winds are now out of the northwest behind that front boundary at 8 knots, barometric pressure 1,015.7 millibars. That is 29.99 inches, and it is rising. That's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
Thanks, Basil, and that does it for First at 6. It's time now for a check on stories making news around the northern Bahamas.
Says Oban will only be granted a license when an EIA is completed. A local parliamentarian answering the call to help the children's home. And residents turning out to the farmers market.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. The nation's second in command is stating the government's position on the handling of the $5.5 billion Oban Energy's development proposed for his constituency. The DPM's comments came while addressing the opening ceremony for the Sustainable Conference at the Grand Lucayan Resort this morning. Sabrina Brown has tonight's top story.
Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, and Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, the Honorable K. Peter Turnquest, says the industrial sector has been the lifeblood for Grand Bahama for years, and he believes it is a sustainable model for economic development. As concerns mount over the multi-billion-dollar Oban Energies project, the DPM says modern technology has substantially reduced risk and other mitigation factors. He says the government strives to achieve balance between environmental community development and economic growth goals.
It is critically important for everyone to understand that the government of the Bahamas will not approve any project that is not able to demonstrate in a clear scientific way that it will be environmentally sound and sustainable. We appreciate the value of the environment from a touristic and a fisheries point of view.
The DPM notes that the government will be guided by environmental protection and mitigation protocols when making decisions regarding the Oban development.
Don't be fooled by the noise. I hear people saying that the government of the Bahamas can't cancel this agreement, that we've signed as heads of agreement without any environmental study, and as a result, we're locked into this project. It's nonsense. The fact of the matter is we are a sovereign government. We have the ability to stop any project, anytime. The fact that we sign a heads of agreement does not mean that we are obligated to issue a license to operate. A heads of agreement is exactly that. It is an agreement. It says, you agree to do X, and if you do X, we agree to do Y. Any of the conditions in that heads of agreement that are not completed to our satisfaction renders the agreement null and void.
He says before Oban Energies is granted a license to operate, an environmental impact assessment must be completed and must demonstrate to the government that moving forward is in the best interest of the public.
Once the company is finished with its assessment, it will be reviewed in conjunction with the BESS Commission. Once they have done their assessment, it will be reviewed by an independent environmental agency who is specialized in this industry outside of the country to make sure that whatever impact assessment is done, whatever environmental management program is set up, that it meets the most strict and stringent international standards.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Residents of the Southern District have been battling with environmental issues for years now that they allege are associated with the neighboring industrial park. That is why they say they have their fair share of concern when it comes to the Oban Energies project proposed for East Grants Bahama. Shishina Rowe-Farquharson reports.
Residents in the Southern District say they know all too well what it is like to live around an oil refinery. And that is why they are urging residents in the East End community to do their research and find out all the facts before welcoming the $5.5 billion project. The controversy continues amidst the multi-billion-dollar project in East Grand Bahama. While Oban Energies has committed to creating 600 direct jobs and hundreds of indirect jobs during construction, with the assurance of a direct injection in the East End economy, many are still left with more questions than answers surrounding this project. This is why residents in Pinders Point believe this matter should be approached with caution.
Just yesterday, a gentleman commented to another person. I just happened over here then, and his comment was, well, you know, it's only a matter of time. Exactly what happened to Pinders Point area will happen up in the East End. In other words, it looks rosy from day one, but we know the end results is going to be something totally different.
These residents believe that this project may come at a price.
When they are in, it's another story. We're helping residents right now who have eye problems. We have residents, we have a 14-year-old kid from down the road past the Island Market who has, I understand, is now stage 4 cancer. He's 14. We've got a kid who trapped bubbles or foam and put his fingers in his eyes, and he cannot see the blackboard in school.
If there's some caring bone in any of you leaders, this is the time that you step up and take care of the people and do what is right.
Now, they say once this project is finalized, it will impact residents in the East primarily. However, they also believe that in one way or the other, it will have some effect on Grand Bahama. Shishina Rowe-Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
More Cubans intercepted at sea and handed over to immigration officials on Grand Bahama. On Tuesday evening, the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Bluefin arrived at the Freeport Harbor with 13 Cuban migrants on board. This group, all males, was picked up near Anguilla Key on Monday in what officials say appeared to be a rustic wooden boat. The migrants claim that they left Cuba on Saturday and were hoping to make it to Miami. The Cuban migrants were flown to Nassau yesterday to be housed at the detention center to await repatriation. This is the second group of Cuban men found at sea within the past week. On Saturday, the Coast Guard vessel William Flores handed over 13 Cuban migrants to Bahamian immigration officers. That group was processed and flown to the detention center on Monday of this week. A Dominican national charged before the court for possession of a fraudulent Bahamian visa. 41-year-old Onassis Rafael Estevez appeared in the Freeport Magistrate Court yesterday to answer to charge of possession of a fraudulent visa with intent to deceive an immigration officer. Reports say that Estevez, on March 26, while at the Lynden Pinland International Airport, presented a fraudulent Bahamian visa to immigration officers. In court, Estevez pled guilty and was ordered to pay a fine of $1,500 or serve 1 year behind bars and was ordered to be deported. In other news, an official funeral will be held tomorrow for former educator and cabinet minister Teresa Moxie Ingram. Described as a pioneer for women in frontline politics, Moxie Ingram served in the cabinet of former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, and held various positions. And recently, she served as chairman of the National Training Agency. Tonight, a local attorney at law is also reflecting on the legacy of Teresa Moxie Ingram. The Honorable Teresa Moxie Ingram being remembered as a fighter and one who stood up for the rights of all Bahamians, especially women and children. Attorney at law Constance McDonald went to high school with Moxie Ingram and says what she admired most is that Ingram never changed as a person despite her rise to frontline politics.
She was always down to earth, and even though, I was so proud of her because being one of the first female parliamentarians, and even being the minister, whenever she came to Grand Bahama, she was the same way. never change, you know. And when I heard that she had died, I was like, oh, you know, because, you know, was a female activist, and we really appreciated her stand on the gender issue and the fact that even with the other referendum, you know, she is a woman who, you know, she had the truth of her own convictions.
The pair have also worked together as a part of the Public Education Committee on Gender Equality referendum. Moxie Ingram was well respected for her courage and her passion for such causes. McDonough referring to her as a role model for other women and young girls in the country.
She's actually a role model for Bahamian women who stand for what they believe in, because a lot of women don't stand for what they believe in. They go along with the flow. But she was not that type of woman. She did what she felt was the right thing to do. And that's admirable in any person. You know, it's admirable. And me personally, you know, I feel encouraged by women like Theresa, even though I think I'm a little older than she was, because, you know, she was out there. She was out there in the forefront, just fighting for what she believed in. And I think that's all we can really do.
She says she believes that Moxie Ingram has left a legacy that will be remembered amongst the greats of this nation.
Just like how those women who way back then with the women's suffrage movement, they stood for women's rights and stuff. She's one of them, and she'll be counted amongst those who stood up for women's rights.
Theresa Moxie Ingram died on Monday, March 19th. Her homegoing service will take place at 11 a.m. this Friday at St. Agnes Anglican Church in New Providence. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
Musicians, churches, nightclubs, Radio Shack is now stocked with heavy-duty power amps, powered speakers, subwoofers, cordless and wired microphones, lavaliers, guitar strings, drumsticks, skins and accessories, guitar and bass amps, DI boxes, crossovers, line conditioners, percussion instruments, clarinet and saxophone reeds, PA systems, mixers, routers, hard drives, sound cards, tablets, MacBook Pro power cords and adapters, and so much more at the new Radio Shack at Dolly Madison Home Center.
Come on down. Tesla City Tours presents the first futuristic car show this Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. at Seabreeze Vacation Villas, Port of Call Drive.
Join Miracle Arena for All Nations live in Freeport, Bahamas for a 4-day breakthrough experience. Theme is A New Dawn with Prophet Samuel Addison.
I decree over your life, any rope on your body shall catch fire. Any rope on your destiny shall catch fire.
Date is 5th to 8th of April 2018 at 7 p.m. each night. Location, Downtown Complex, Freeport. Pioneers in East Mall Drive, Freeport, Bahamas. It will be an encounter with the prophetic power of God for a new level. Visit www.miraclearena for more details.
Innovative designs where you can find the perfect solution for your windows. Call them today at 351-7007.
This month alone, I reduced my power bill by over $300 by purchasing a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utility Company. My power bill is now $16. Can you believe it?
There's another reason why owning a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utilities is right for you. Stop by today at number 8 Oak Street or call us at 225-0766 extension 106 and ask about our in-house financing or lease-to-own option. See you today.
Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Grand Bahama Children's Home receiving a special donation yesterday from Member of Parliament for Pine Ridge, Frederick McAlpine. He says it is important to let the children know that they are considered and remembered. MP McAlpine also made an appeal to constituents of Pine Ridge and corporate Grand Bahama to give more to the children's home and help keep the doors open.
Bringing some
groceries, if you're shopping and you want to bring a bag of rice or sugar or cream, every little counts. And so we ask you in this community, particularly here in Pine Ridge, to do what you can to help the children home and to look out for those. The Word of God declares that he who sees his brother or sister in needs and shuts up his bowel of compassion, how dwelleth the love of God in him or her. And so we want to express the love of Christ by coming today and making a contribution. It's not as much as I would like it to be. I wish it was 20,000 or 200,000. But the people of Pine Ridge are going to donate $2,000 to the children's home at this time to assist them in whatever way it can help them.
Director of the home, Sheila Johnson-Smith, says she is grateful for the assistance and notes that this is not the first time that McAlpine has come to the aid of the Grand Bahama Children's Home.
The fact that he and his constituency are giving us $2,000, it means so much. You know, the Bible speaks about orphans and widows, and we're here taking care of orphans. And Reverend McAlpine is on board with us, and we are so grateful and thankful for what he is doing today for the Grand Bahama Children's Home.
The Rand Nature Center spearheading an initiative to benefit local entrepreneurs. This past Saturday, residents had an opportunity to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables locally grown. Italia Hall has more.
The Rand Nature Center is just one of the 32 parks managed in the country by the Bahamas National Trust. The Rand Nature Center is known for its cultural and educational exhibits, a variety of trees, the pine forest, and it's also home to many birds. But on the last Saturday of every month, a special event is held called the Market. The 32 parks managed in the country by the Bahamas National Trust. The Rand Nature Center is known for its cultural and educational exhibits, a variety of trees, the pine forest, and it's also home to many birds. But on the last Saturday of every month, a special event is held called the Market. Membership officer of the BNT, Janelle Sturridge, says this all began in 2008.
We noticed that a lot of them were backyard farmers. They were interested in preserving our natural environment on Grand Bahama, and also they grew stuff that were local, but they didn't have an avenue to promote and let people know that, hey, on Grand Bahama we can actually grow local produce, eat healthy, eat fresh as well. So the BNT took that mantle and decided to use one of our parks to promote local fresh produce that you can get on Grand Bahama.
You can get fresh fruits, vegetables, natural juices, jams, desserts, t-shirts, towels, paintings, straw bags, and much more.
To come out amongst other vendors who are making their own crafts and making their own and growing their own produce, you know, I think that is something that should be on a very large scale. I think that's something that everyone should at least try to do.
I make jams, native jams, all native fruit, no preservatives. I pick them myself.
I have tomatoes, thyme, mint, rosemary, scallions, goat peppers.
Vendor Darren A. Roll created a hair oil from the hibiscus.
I was experiencing thin and bald spots within my hair, especially upon my edges, and I found out about it while being at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute by learning because I was in the cosmetology program. So I started to make it just for personal use, and after I saw results, I said, why not share it? Why be greedy?
Residents could also be seen shopping. Some say they decided to support the event because most items sold are locally grown.
Which means it's healthier, which means it supports my economy, and I'm all about supporting the economy.
Today I purchased some guava jam, and it's all natural.
Now, if you're interested in being a part of the market, all you have to do is sign up and become a member of the Bahamas National Trust, and it's only $30 for the year, and that includes benefits like 10% off at Kelly's and 10% off at the Lakayan Nursery, and you also have free access to all of the national parks in the country.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Natalia Hall.
And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
PW asks this question: can using weight loss products lead to eating disorders? Eating disorders often develop in the teen and young adult years, although they can develop at other ages. Symptoms vary depending on the type. Anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder are the most common types. Today we'll discuss anorexia, which is a potentially life-threatening eating disorder characterized by an abnormally low body weight, intense fear of gaining weight, and a distorted perception of weight or shape. People with anorexia use extreme efforts to control their weight and shape, which often significantly interferes with their health and life activities. When you have anorexia, you excessively limit your calories or use other methods to lose weight, such as excessive exercise, using laxatives or diet aids, or vomiting after eating. If you're severely underweight or malnourished, hospitalization may be necessary, particularly if there are complications from the eating disorder that affect the major organs of the body, like your heart, liver, and brain. Long-term treatment involves therapy, medications, and other treatments that help to control obsessions and urges relating to food and that control depression and anxiety. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away, Ricardo Lightborn is up next with the Check on Sports.
More on Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration, Valeria, FRS, Bahamas Air, Hotel, car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry. Them so complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick to Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags, your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers, dollar, thrifty, Hertz, and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
Tesla City Tours presents the first futuristic car show this Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. at Seabreeze Vacation Villas, Port of Call Drive.
Hey, I'm Megan Shepard, a reporter here at the ZNS Northern Service. Did you know that ZNS is right at your fingertips when you download the new ZNS app? Miss something in our newscast? That's okay. Simply pull up the app, swipe, and you'll find all of our news headlines and highlights. So what are you waiting for? Download the new ZNS app today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by InStyle Boutique. Be fashionable, be trendy, be in style.
Everybody, it's Sports member Carter Lightborn. Let me tell you that it's the Derwent Knowles National Sailing Junior Regatta. It's this weekend here in Grand Bahama. The young sailors from the islands such as New Providence, Abaco, Long Island, Harbor Island, yes, and Andros are going to be competing against a sailor ship from Grand Bahama up at Taino Beach. Director of the Bahamas National Sailing School, Robert Dunkley, says that the kids will be sailing in both the International and E-Class, and it all starts tomorrow morning at 10:30.
We'll run 2 races in the morning, come in for lunch around 12:30. And then 2:30, we start racing again. There'll be 2 races in the afternoon. And then on Saturday, we race in the morning. Same time, 10:30 start. We'll finish around 12:30. That will be all of the international classes complete. And then we have a knockout series in the E-Class sloop. And we will have 2 of the top sailors in each of the other fleets competing along with 4 boats in the E-Class sloops, their top 4. And the series starts off with 10 boats. And the second race in that series will be down to 7 boats. And the last race of the series will be 4 boats. And the 4 boats will battle it out to see who comes first, second, and third.
Well, preparations are currently underway, and Dunkley says there's going to be an excitement both on the land and on the sea. So they're encouraging the entire public community to come out and support our young sailors at Taino Beach.
Please come on out. You're going to see some amazing sailing. These kids, ages 8 to 18, sailing in these different boats, I think you'd be amazed at how well they handle these boats and how well they sail. I think it's also a great way to promote our sailing in the Bahamas. Not only in the islands where we already have some presence, but also the other islands getting involved. This is all about junior sailing, and it's the regatta desk, which is part of the Ministry of Agriculture, and they've really support our sailing programs throughout the Bahamas as junior sailing programs, and we must thank them.
Agriculture, Marine Resources, the Honorable Amendment Wells is expected to open up the event tonight. That's going to be at the Grand Lucayan Resort. And also the 11th Annual Gateway Eagles Invitational Basketball Tournament into day 2 over there in the Gateway Arena in Bimini. Louise McDonald defeated Kristen Heritage 42-38. Leonardo Bain had a 20-point game, and also Lady Jaguars of St. George's over Talios 44-19. Kendi Houghton, 16 points in that one. St. George's Senior Boys nip Mount Carmel 57-56. And Marlon Desire with a 23-point game. And a Capron put a Morocco away 57-50. St. George's Junior Boys over Gateway 33-32. And Gateway Eagles Senior Boys, they got by a Capron to score of 60-54. They're playing tonight. We'll have some scores again for you tomorrow. And let's look at your sports tonight.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Freeport Jewelers in Port Lucaya. Fashion starts here.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and Vacation Club, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. Join satisfied Bahamians who left their banking frustrations behind. Open an account with GBCCU 352-4139.
Falco Wars Auction is this Saturday at 8 a.m. at Executive Office Center, West Mall Drive. Auctioning TVs, computers, tools, hair, household items, and more.
All last year, I fell in love with Belinda. But this year, I want to just kick it up a notch.
Did you hear about our new bamboo line?
When he started talking about you can still on TV.
Hold on, Dr. Love. Not that type of bamboo you're talking about. You ain't hear about the nice bamboo sheet. And you can get it in all colors. And if you ain't want it in the sheets, Dr. Love, you can get it in the pillows.
Thank God for island bedding.
Come and visit me at number 5, Queens Highway, Island Bedding.
Tesla City Tours presents the first futuristic car show this Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. at Seabreeze Vacation Villas, Port of Call Drive.
Futuristic car show.
Yep.
I got an invitation to bring my green Wyndham.
What? Just like Back to the Future. What?
Listen, my green Wyndham is a futuristic car. It's
I
still
bet it
running,
is.
all right?
And that is it. Full stop. It is still running. Full stop. That is it. I'll go by tomorrow and pick out a new car for you. How about that?
Thank you very much.
There you go. That's going to do it for us here in the North.
Every kind of life boy.
I'm Megan Shepherd. The Bahamas Tonight continues. Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
Hey, this is Bodine, host of Fabulous Living, Bahamian Style. And there aren't very many things in life that give as much fulfillment and joy as traveling throughout the Bahamas. See, I've been traveling all over our archipelago, and I've seen some of the most iconic views known to mankind. I've tasted some of the most delicious foods in some of the most unique spots, and best of all, I've had a chance to connect with people from all corners of our nation. And it's not only me, it's me and the entire Fabulous Living Bahamian Style crew made up of photographers, filmmakers, bloggers, and so many more, just looking to tell the story of our Bahamas here on ZNS TV, YouTube, and Facebook. What I want you to do is just enjoy the journey with us, and we'll cover all the must-see, must-do things around the Bahamas, share some really good cooking, and experience some of the most gorgeous homes in the world, all right here, Bahamian style. I know you're going to enjoy this ride.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the National Report, members of the Trade Union Congress preparing to fight back against a major court ruling. Scores turned out to pay respects to political trailblazer Teresa Moxie Ingram in the foyer at the House of Assembly today. And Dwight Major is back in court on drug-related charges. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts right now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Plans for a new multi-million-dollar development on Paradise Island revealed during a special ceremony today. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. Investors are calling it a property unlike any other, and their goal is to travel around the world promoting it. Sheena Robinson Blair tells us about the newest development that's going to call Paradise Island home.
Sterling Hurricane Hole developers unveiled a first draft of the master plan Thursday for an ambitious marina overhaul and development of one of the very few prime properties available on Paradise Island for mixed-use development. David Kasoy, president of Sterling Hurricane Hole.
We here feel so excited that we can be a part of the community and enriching the community, and really been given a gem to deal with. This is a property, I think, unlike any other property in the Bahamas, that if it's handled properly, will come out unbelievably for the whole country, and it'll be a center place for the country.
The $250 million project is expected to transform a 50-year-old marina and empty acreage into a 13-acre tropical urban islandscape, complete with residences, retail, restaurants, professional office space, and yachting services. The project will be developed in 3 phases over a 5-year period. Positive feedback coming from key stakeholders attending today's unveiling. Minister of Financial Services, Trade and Industry and Immigration, the Honorable Brent Simonet, outlined the project's selling points.
There'll be some 600 employees per year for the next 5 years in terms of construction, and about 500 per year in terms of management of the operation. I think you heard the developer say there's going to be shops, businesses, dry cleaners, a food store, which will also blend into the live and work and play idea that the developers are trying to create over here, which is a wonderful experience because quite a lot of times it's just a residential component and not necessarily a business component and a play component.
Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employees Confederation President Edison Sumner also praised the project.
So the fact that you're looking at capital development, capital infrastructure, employing individuals, giving opportunity to businesses to open and to prosper in this environment, it's a fantastic opportunity, something that the Chamber fully endorses, that we support. Sterling is a member of the Chamber, which makes it even better for us and easier for us to be able to support this development. So we want to congratulate them. And I think it's going to have a very positive impact on the economy. It's going to have a positive impact on Paradise Island.
Tourism Director General Joy Jibrilu echoed similar sentiments.
You know, any addition to our tourism product, especially at this time, is just such welcome news. And to see the plans that they have in place, I think it's going to be a wonderful addition. It's what I would call value added to whatever exists here.
Developers intend to break ground in 2019. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Tashina Robinson Blair.
The trade union movement is preparing to fight back against a court ruling which they say threatens the very life of the movement. They met at the House of Labor today to air their grievances, to rally workers, and to prompt the government to act. Keishla Adderley reports.
This affects every worker in the Bahamas. This affects every trade union.
A setback of monumental proportions, says TUC President Obie Ferguson. The effective result of a Court of Appeal ruling essentially reducing industrial agreements to employment contracts and rendering institutions like the Industrial Tribunal impotent on labor disputes. Trade Union Congress President Obie Ferguson and National Congress of Trade Unions President Bernard Evans are incensed at what they say is government inaction.
You just can't pretend as though nothing is happening, because the trade union leaders are being considerate. They don't want to, every time we go on strike or we call a demonstration, whatever, they say we're trying to break up the country. Don't you think?
Because definitely we can't stand and let this go by. We intend to now sensitize our membership in the coming days and weeks. So next week, I think by the 10th, will be the waiting period, and after the 10th of this month, we will begin to step up what we need to do.
As the union movement awaits talks with the International Labor Organization and an audience with the Privy Council, they say that there is something that the government can do now.
The government in any country can solve any problem if there is a willingness to do it. So if the Prime Minister wants to deal with this matter, I'm certain he can. The tripartite committee is a joke, because the tripartite committee should have met with us a long time.
It is the pervading view of the movement as it prepares to rally members.
The workers are being thrown under the bus. Then when you want the support, you come and looking for us for help.
Do you feel plagued?
Plagued. Successive governments.
The laws that the government has put into place, the Court of Appeal doesn't even consider it. So who's running the country? Is it the government? Is it the laws of does the law matter any? It appears not.
As April 10th approaches, Ferguson says they're looking to reclaim decades-old, hard-fought rights.
So we are forced to do what we were elected to do, and that is to protect the workers of this country.
Keishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Labor Minister Dion Folk says the ruling and its implications is a matter that the government is considering. He told ZNS News that the Attorney General is reviewing the issue.
I have asked the Attorney General to provide a considered opinion to the Ministry of Labor so that we can know what the legal ramifications are with respect to the ruling from the Court of Appeal. I have not received that opinion yet. I spoke to both Mr. Bernard Evans this morning, who's the president of the CTUB, and I've also spoken to the Attorney General. I am advised that opinion will be forthcoming soon. As soon as we get it, I will have a meeting with both umbrella groups to have a discussion about the ruling, but I do not want to prematurely. I am an attorney, but I have my views on it. But the Attorney General's office advises all government ministries on the legal position of the government.
Minister Folks is urging calm ahead of that consultation.
So that I would like to encourage both umbrella groups to allow myself and the Director of Labor to engage in a productive and constructive discussion with them. What we do not want to do is prematurely come to a conclusion. The Court of Appeal is the highest court in our system, in the legal system here in the Bahamas. And I would like to make sure that whatever we say, that it's a considered opinion.
The nurses want action on a series of issues and a threatening strike action of their own. The president says they are prepared to take the actions the law allows as the health minister urges calm. Keishla Adderley reports.
Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands is looking to avert a nursing strike and nurses preparing to take action in the absence of an amicable solution. They're up in arms over a proposal to institute 12-hour shifts they say are discriminatory.
Had back and forth talks about the shift. It's not that the nurse don't want to work the shift, but it's a shift that requires a shift premium, which the government failed to want to give to the Bahamian nurses. So they extended this shift change to the ex-pac, which they don't have to pay the ex-pac. And so this causes a riff-raff between the Bahamian nurse and the ex-pacs.
Dr. Sands told ZNS News Today he's working toward an amicable solution and that any agreement will be within the confines of the labor laws.
Prejudicing the discussion and the dialogue. Whenever there's an impasse, there's clearly a position held by one side and there's a different interpretation from the other. I do not believe that the Public Hospitals Authority, having taken the advice of professionals, would knowingly, willingly, arbitrarily violate the law. And so I think what we need to now do is to foster a spirit of collegial discussion and compromise. Solving the problems of the Bahamas will demand that we move forward.
But nurses say time is running out and they're angry over compounded, unresolved issues.
We have the government now in the tribunal because they violated all of our industrial agreement. And so we will take any measure. How much time are you giving them? We gave them from March to 30th to resolve a lot of issues, from infrastructure, from mold, from nurses going home with respiratory problems, not being paid on time. Where in the world that you don't get paid for your work, your hard labor? So we're saying we're giving you this much time.
Though hopeful for a solution, Dr. Sands responded this way to what may be an inevitable emergency response.
That we have contingency plans, but for what? There's a legal process in the Bahamas for essential services, and that legal process requires the application to be made, the consideration by labor, attempts at conversation and arbitration, and so on and so forth. That process was put in place to protect the people of the Bahamas because we would not want chaos to ensue. And I believe that a spirit of mutual respect is going to be very helpful.
Though hopeful for a solution, Dr. Sands responded this way to what may be an inevitable emergency response. Keishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.
In death, just as in life, the Honorable Teresa Moxie Ingram knew how to draw a crowd. Her presence was felt in the House of Assembly for the last time as her body laid in state today in the foyer of the lower chambers. Governor General, Her Excellency J. Margaret Penling, and Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis led officials this morning in paying their final respects to Moxie Ingram, a dominant female force in politics. House Speaker Holston Moultrie and Senate President Kay Forbes Smith greeted government ministers, senators, and members of Parliament as they entered to sign the Book of Condolences and view the remains. In government and in opposition, Mrs. Moxie Ingram was an articulate spokesperson for the Free National Movement. She was active in frontline politics and government for 15 years, with many of her notable appointments made during successive Ingram administrations. Former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, says he was proud to have her on his team. A former cabinet minister, senator, and member of parliament, Mrs. Moxie Ingram was a strong advocate for the rights of women, a vigorous and unyielding supporter of the rights of children, a labor ally and a proponent of education and training. Viewing for the general public ran from 1 to 7 p.m. today. An official funeral will take place tomorrow at 11 a.m. at St. Agnes Anglican Church on Blue Hill Road. Interment follows at Lakeview Memorial Gardens. And loved ones reflected on the life and legacy of former cabinet minister and educator, the Honorable Teresa Moxie Ingram, Wednesday night, remembering her as a woman of principle who stood by her convictions. A memorial service was held at Christ the King Anglican Church, where tributes poured in from those she touched. Among those paying tribute was cousin Johnny Ann Dorset, who counted her as more than family, but also a friend. Former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, also reflected on his longtime friend.
I don't know how or when anyone would be able to fill the void that we are already beginning to feel in our lives. We will miss her dearly. May she rest in peace, our dear sister.
She was a woman of stature in our country who was able to demonstrate to young women that public life can be aspired to, and that you don't have to be diminished as a result of being subjected to the withering and political criticisms that doubtless exist from time to time. She set a wonderful example of someone in public life.
Also fondly remembering the woman whom she mentored and who became a beloved friend was former cabinet minister and the first female elected to Parliament, Janet Bostwick. She says Moxie Ingram gave up a lot to enter politics, and while she is remembered as a force in politics, that was not always the case.
She was a young activist working hard in the background of an opposition party when belonging to the opposition carried a heavy, heavy price. But she was always highly, highly principled. As a young single mother, and I emphasize that because you do not now appreciate that Teresa really broke a heavy glass ceiling.
And still to come, 2 men hauled before the courts in connection with a major drug bust. And we've got basketball action from last night. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell & Letty, designed for extra miles.
Every dream needs a gentle push. Every tomorrow needs a warm embrace. Every ambition needs hope to take flight and the faith to pursue a unique goal. At Commonwealth Bank, we make it happen for you. Today, tomorrow, and into the future. Commonwealth Bank. Everything we do it for you.
Every day you wake up with the world in the palm of your hand. Making connections and creating memories and sharing them with the people you care about. Every day the world is at your fingertips, and you can experience every blockbuster movie in stunning HD and top 100 Billboard music hit with the touch of a button. Every day your family and friends are important to you, and staying in touch no matter where you are in the Bahamas or the world is your #1 priority. And that's why, every day for over 100 years, BTC has been there to ensure that every Bahamian has the best connection to the world. We cover every island, rock, and key, regardless of the cost. This is BTC Country.
With KFC's Family Deal, everything is under control.
Dad genius.
Enjoy our family deal with 8 pieces of freshly prepared chicken, large family fries, and 4 biscuits. All for just $20 including VAT. KFC Nassau. It's finger-licking good.
Home is more than where the heart is. Home is where the children feel safe. A place where family comes first. Come home today with a BOB residential mortgage. Enjoy attractive rates with up to 25 years to repay. Or use the equity in your home to fund home improvements or other worthwhile needs. Isn't it time you came home to a place of your own? Talk with us today. BOB, your bank of solutions.
The time has come to fire them up. With grilling and summer season just around the corner, we invite you to come be a part of the best annual throwdown in Nassau. Bahamas Welding and Fire Grill Master and Grill Design Competition. This year's Grill Master contestants will compete to win the title as King of the Grill and bragging rights for the year. And don't forget our Grill Design Competition, who has what it takes to take home the prize as the best grill builder in town. Come and find out at BWF, Grill Master and Grill Design Competition. Choose your favorite grill team or visit in-store and purchase your own grill and make it a day for the entire family. BWF is the nation's leading supplier of welding, cutting, and safety supplies, industrial gases, and medical gases. Bahamas Welding and Fire, the best choice for the lowest prices in town. Located number 13 Wilton Street, telephone number 394-0004. BWF, we're more than just our name.
You are innovative, hardworking, and self-motivated. You're ready to start your own business and turn those dreams of becoming an entrepreneur into actuality. Your unique business idea requires capital and the type of support which the OWN Bahamas Entrepreneurship Program is committed to providing Bahamians like yourself. Own a part of your Bahamas. Apply online now through April 30th at 5 p.m. at ownyourbahamas.com. Own Bahamas, empowering Bahamians through ownership. Sponsored by the Isle Cares Foundation.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
50-year-old Dwight Major is back in court again facing drug-related charges. He appeared in the magistrate's court along with 47-year-old Romel Roll. They were charged with conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with intent to supply and possession of dangerous drugs with intent to supply. Police say on Wednesday the men were driving in a Nissan March around 4 a.m. when the vehicle was stopped and searched. They found 283 pounds of marijuana with a street value of $283,000. Major and Roll pleaded not guilty to the charges. They were not granted bail but were advised of their right to apply to the Supreme Court for bond. Their matter was adjourned until June 11th and 12th for trial. President of the Bahamas Humane Society, Kim Arana, is calling for stricter penalties for persons who abuse animals in the wake of a video circulating over the holiday weekend in which a pit bull killed a potcake due to encouragement by its owner. Arana, who was disturbed by the incident, says it is dangerous to the Bahamas and is systematic of bigger issues. She says the dog owner's behavior signals psychopathic tendencies. In the video, the dog's owner brags that the dog's kill is his fourth, and Arana says while there is legislation for animal cruelty, the penalty is $5,000 or 6 months in prison is insufficient.
We do need stricter laws, but more than anything else, we need people to be sensitized to the dangers of animal cruelty and what they lead to. So those people who like to suck their teeth in me and say, animal person, I don't care, will be a human person and realize that these people who inflict cruelty to animals will next move on to people, and you just might be the victim.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Cleopatra Murphy. A report by the Inter-American Development Bank suggested using conch shells in concrete mixtures is not a good idea. The report estimates Hurricane Matthew cost an estimated $200 million in damage to the housing sector in 2016. It suggests that much of the damage was due to weak building code enforcement, even though the Bahamas has stronger building codes than most U.S. hurricane zones. In other business news, the domestic economy improved in February due to gains in tourism and foreign investment, supported by activity in the construction sector. This is according to the Central Bank of the Bahamas' monthly economic and financial development report for February. On the tourism front, the report notes that tourism grew by 5% to 500,000 in January. And in international business news, China will be tagging a 25% tariff on soybean imports from the U.S. in response to President Trump's announcement that the U.S. will impose billions in tariffs on Chinese imports. China is the largest importer of U.S. soybeans, importing more than $12 billion worth annually. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
The Bahamas was well represented at the recent ITB Berlin 2018. That's the world's leading travel trade show. And guess what? There's good news coming out of Germany about the islands of the Bahamas.
We are here with approximately 11 of our partners, including the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, hotel partners, tour partners like Majestic, and all of us at the Bahamas booth to let the world know that the Bahamas is indeed open for business and how well we are doing, particularly out of the European market this year.
Bahamas Ministry of Tourism and Aviation officials have been working hard to build up the destination's presence in the European and German markets, and the hard work is paying off.
Good news is that there's been great increases from Germany to the Bahamas, and also strong increases into the out islands. Great deals from Nassau to the Family Islands, and also from Florida to the Family Islands. So there's an opportunity to combine Nassau and the out islands. So it's been going really well.
We've just come out of a meeting with one of the top tour companies out of Europe, and they've seen a 25% growth year on year. These type of numbers have been communicated to us across the board.
After a successful ITB Berlin 2018, tourism officials will now work to capitalize on the leads and relationships that they made during this year's travel trade show. Read more on tourismtoday.com. I'm Nikia Christie, and this is Tourism Today.
I've been playing football since I was a kid, and my dream has always been to see the world's best players in real life. I'd stand together with thousands and I'd cheer.
You can win an all-expense-paid trip for two to the 2018 FIFA World Cup, courtesy of Visa. Just use your Scotiabank Visa card for anything. The more you use your card, the more chances you get. So cheer from Russia with Scotiabank and Visa. Conditions apply.
The concierge service is the best thing ever. Like, it is so fabulous, especially for someone like me where I cannot leave my office, my job, to go do anything in the middle of the day because I'm on the radio. The service was so fabulous. The ladies gave me a call, they set up an appointment, they come with their professional looking attire, they're just so cute, and they come here, and it was a great experience. It took 20 minutes to switch over to the Alive service. It was simple, it was easy, and they just made me feel so welcomed. They explained everything. They hooked me up with my new phone, they gave me my data package, as you can see, hey. And it was fabulous. It was a wonderful service, but what I really liked best about it was not only did they come here and make it easy for me, but they continued to check up on me. The next day, they made sure that everything was working properly with the phone. I didn't have any issues. The following week, they contacted me again, and I've built a relationship with them. They've continued to check up on me. I feel like I'm part of the Alive family. It's amazing.
Look at all the food!
The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources presents the 2018 Agribusiness Expo, April 13th through the 15th at the Gladstone Road Agricultural Complex. Come and enjoy fresh fruit, vegetables, livestock exhibits, arts and crafts, fun for the kids, and deals galore.
You think you can get it any better than that?
Expo 2018, April 13th through the 15th on Gladstone Road. See you there.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
With 15,000 people living in the Bains and Grantstown constituency and 54% of them currently unemployed, it seems that educational needs are great. But Member of Parliament the Honourable Travis Robinson is hoping to improve these numbers as he partners with Cybertech Career College to offer 200 resident scholarships to officially launch the Bains and Grantstown Centre for Academic Development and Enrichment.
The majority of those who are unemployed have high school education above the 9th grade. 2/3 have no training or specific trade, and about 4% are professionals. We know the demographics of the people in my community and the challenges that they face. Many is home, as the statistics would have mentioned, did not complete education beyond the 9th grade. And this, I think, signals yet another ray of hope that even though they were unable or unsuccessful inside the structural educational program, here's another opportunity to come and to better yourself.
A memorandum of understanding was signed between Robinson and Cybertech's president, Philip Curry. Residents between 16 and 49 are eligible to participate in the 10-week course. Entrepreneurship, small business development, computer studies, e-commerce, internet marketing, and customer service are the areas of studies being offered. Applications are now available at the constituency office, and classes are set to begin on April 23rd.
Cybertech, we always remain on the cutting edge. As our motto say, teaching tomorrow's technology today. We always go out and look for futuristic training. We try to shy away from the traditional way of learning. We engage in training that would benefit our students, not just today, but many years in the future.
We are continuing the countdown to the Bahamas annual Red Cross Fair. Public Relations and Entertainment Coordinator Melissa Allen says that the fair will be targeting the youth this year while still engaging the entire family.
Our theme is It's a Youth Vibe. Not only youth vibe, hashtag family, hashtag youth at heart. So our fair is geared towards family and everyone else. As she said, we want to appeal to the youth of our nation.
Stay close. Sports and Family Island weather are up next. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
Where can you find amazing selections of tiles from around the world? Exquisite medallions, pool mosaics, all colorful, bright and bold. They got granite countertop for the kitchen, elegant vanity zincs for the bathroom, tile care and ruby too. Everything you need and more at the Tile King.
The Tile King, located 69 Wolf Road. For more information, call 326-TILE or 326-5464.
Coca-Cola Bahamas has always been a strong community partner for us. They've supported and helped us to
reach hundreds of young men through Sprite basketball,
create a fun and interactive
United FC.
Go a little bit further for our animal friends.
Feed thousands of Bahamians every year.
Preserve our natural habitat.
And celebrate Bahamian culture and Junkanoo on Bay Street.
The Caribbean Bottling Team is committed to the communities that we serve around the entire Bahamas.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Performance speaks for itself. Pennzoil Synthetics, made from natural gas. Make the switch.
Every island and every key. Keep in touch with everybody. It's PTC every day. Every day, every day, every day.
The cheering of the crowd must mean that Team Bahamas has made its way through the Parade of Nations. This is the start of the Flow Carifta 2018, where the action promises to be nothing but hot.
Carifta has produced many iconic athletes who compete on the world stage as world champions and as Olympians. But what is also true is that Carifta has also produced a number of outstanding coaches who are coaching literally around the world or who are working in sports administration. And so to put in context that while this competition is about athletics, the values that they will learn through athletics will propel them to leadership in a wide array of areas. And so we're proud of them. We are hopeful about our future because of them. And we wanted to simply let them know we're in your corner, we support you, and constantly we're seeking to pour the best of us in you and pray for you.
Flow is connecting communities and transforming lives, and we're doing that through the support of things like sports and track and field and athletics.
The Flow Carifta Games 2018 have officially been open. And now the opening ceremony has turned into a bit of a dance party as the athletes have taken to the stage. They are ready for a weekend of fierce competition, one that will also be filled with loads of fun. And we'll see you next PTC Connection.
It's time now for a check on temperatures around our family islands. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us live in studio with the latest. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, LaDawn. In our second look at weather, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the Family Islands, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 77 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Toll Key in Abaco, Marsh Harbor, 76 degrees, the Berry Island, 77. 77 also in Alderstown, Bimini, here in the capital, 77 as well. Harbor Island, Eleuthera, 76. Roxanne, Eleuthera, 77. And those 77s continue in Staniel Key, Kemp Space, St. Andrews, also Fresh Creek in Central Andros. San Salvador, Rum Key, Alderstown, Cat Island, Georgetown, Exuma also registering some 77s. Taking you a little further south into Clarenstown, Long Island, Crooked Island, and Ragged Island, they're reporting 78 degrees. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 77, Ackland, 77, Matthew Town, Inagua, 79 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 77 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. For all areas, light and variable winds, despite the fact that we have a weak frontal system moving through the northwest Bahamas. The wave heights are pretty flat, 1 to 3 feet over the ocean, but they could be locally higher. There are showers and isolated thunderstorms. High tide, 11:37 tonight, and as we take you into tomorrow, which is Friday, the winds will blow out of the east at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights building a little bit, 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. High tide, 11:57 in the morning. The low tide will take place at 6:03 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands, winds will fall off light and variable with flat seas, 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. And on Saturday, in the northwestern islands, the winds will come out of the south ahead of yet another weak frontal system, which is trying to make its way our way. Wave heights around 3 to 5 feet, with those wind speeds picking up 12 to 18 knots. High tide, 6:58 in the morning. Low tide taking place at 12:50 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands on Saturday, southeast to east winds 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast. And your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Early morning on the run, grab my bike, jump in my car, head for Western Ave. Undercraft that's over there. They say it's bigger and better, sweeter and harder, lively and merrier.
And that's going to do it for your travel forecast, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 20 minutes.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Cholesterol is a waxy substance your body uses to protect nerves, make cell tissues, and produce certain hormones. Your liver makes all the cholesterol your body needs. Your body also gets cholesterol directly from the food you eat, such as eggs, meats, and dairy products. Too much cholesterol can have negative impacts on your health. Low-density lipoprotein, or LDL, is often called bad cholesterol. It delivers cholesterol to the body. High-density lipoprotein, or HDL, is often called good cholesterol. It removes cholesterol from the bloodstream. If your total cholesterol level is high because of a high LDL, you may be at a higher risk of heart disease or stroke. But if your total cholesterol is high only because of a high HDL level, you're probably not at a higher risk. Triglycerides are another type of fat in your blood. When you eat more calories than your body can use, it turns the extra calories into triglycerides. Your cholesterol level should be as follows. Total cholesterol level less than 200 is best. 200 to 239 is borderline high. 240 or more means you are at a high risk of heart disease. LDL cholesterol levels below 100 is ideal for people who are at higher risk of heart disease. 100 to 129 is near optimal. 130 to 159 is borderline high, and 160 or more means you're at a higher risk of heart disease. HDL cholesterol levels less than 40 means you're at a higher risk of heart disease. 60 or higher greatly reduces your risk of heart disease. Triglycerides less than 150 is best. If you suspect or have been diagnosed with high cholesterol levels, talk to your doctor right away about how to lower your levels and stay healthy. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
If you want to get a little spring in your step, then head to your favorite Super Value or Quality Supermarkets location for spring-worthy specials like Cardinal Cream large can, 89 cents. Chicken leg quarters 10-pound bag, 89 cents per pound. Rosoni ready-cut macaroni 14.1-ounce box, 99 cents. First Choice Sugar 4-pound bag, $1.99. Jumbo Red Seedless Grapes, $2.99 per pound. Sunny Delight Smooth, tangy 64-ounce or sips drinks assorted flavors, 59-ounce size, 2 for $4.78. April is Buy Bahamian month at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Looking to upgrade your refrigerator stove or purchase an affordable home generator? We've got the perfect solution for you. Bahamas Welding and Fire is the best choice for the lowest prices in town. We carry top-of-the-line outdoor barbecue grills, air conditioners, refrigerators, stoves, generators, industrial hardware, and garden supplies with a wide assortment of tools and accessories. Open Monday through Saturday. Telephone 394-0004. BWF, we're more than just our name.
We'll be with you through new beginnings and sunset endings, through toil and many tears, through the joys and many fears. For all of life's ever-changing moments, trust J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers for all of your insurance needs. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Spring cleaning can seem impossible, but with these products, it's a no-brainer. Buy Swiffer, Mr. Clean, Gain Dish, or Febreze and enter for a chance to win great prizes, like up to $3,500 cash.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. A slow start for Team Bahamas at the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast of Australia. Let's start with swimming. Joanna Evans finishing 4th in her heat of the 200 freestyle, 2:01.75, and did not advance. And Fernander 8th in his 50 butterfly heat in 25.59. That too not good enough to move on. Both our boxers one and done. Carl Heel losing 30-27 on all 5 judges' scorecards to Terry Nichols from Australia. That was in the 69 kg division. Now Rasheal Williams, he also went down 30-27 on 4 judges' cards and 29-28 on the other to his opponent from Namibia. Cameron Roach, meantime, he's in the triathlon, completed the 750-meter swim in 11:19, the 20K Nike ride in 35:35, and the 5K run in 23:13 for a cumulative time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 31 seconds. He finished 33rd overall. Tomorrow is an off day for Team Bahamas before getting back in the pool on Saturday. What do you do when you win the Carifta Swim Championships? Well, for Team Bahamas, there is a tradition. Our Vaughn Albury was there and reports on the unusual celebration.
The win was apparently not in doubt, but once it was made official, the 41 members of Team Bahamas gave thanks in prayer and then made a splash in the pool. Even the coaches joined in, led by head coach Trevano McPhee.
Great celebration, the kids deserve it. How they earned it, so we got to celebrate.
You celebrated with them by jumping in the pool, you and the other coaches?
Yeah, man. One of my swimmers challenged me for a race, so count back down.
Team Bahamas won the overall championship with 56 medals, 23 gold, and 689 points, almost 200 more than second-place Guadeloupe in the point standings. Bahamas Aquatics Federation President Algernon Cargill on the historic win.
Winning Carifta 4 over the last 5 years speaks to the depth of our team, the leadership of our federation, as well as the commitment of all of the swimmers. Winning 56 medals by no far easy, but it's important to understand that swimming is not scored on medals, swimming is scored on points. And this victory is one of our largest victories ever. So I must commend Coach Ravana and his entire team.
Junker welcomed Team Bahamas at the Lyndon Pindling International Airport last night, and Cargill wants corporate Bahamas to celebrate the team's success too by coming on board.
We've done so much, but yet we always fall short. We're the only sporting federation that has won Carifta 4 of the last 5 years, and that's no easy feat. We were here fighting tooth and nail with 22 other countries in Jamaica. This is not a friendly environment, but our swimmers stepped up.
Still swimming are top performers Lily Higgs, a High Point winner, and Isaac Bastian, who won the FINA Top Athlete Award in Jamaica. They are now in Australia for the Commonwealth Games. Bastian's mother Rochelle wants the Bahamas to know that victory came through dedication and persistence.
It takes a lot of hard work. These kids do hours and hours of training, and they are exceptional students as well, most of them. So they are trained in disciplines beyond the pool. They make us proud in so many other arenas, and these are just good kids.
Indeed, children to be celebrated. I am Vaughn Albury, ZNS Total Sports.
We also have more tonight from the Carifta Track and Field Championships. The Bahamas won 6 gold medals. One of them came from Rima Otterbor, who set a new record in the under-17 girls javelin with a heave of 44.21 meters.
At first, I was a bit nervous because it was my first time, and my coach just kept telling me to keep calm and continue and keep execute the techniques like how I usually do. The competition from Barbados was, it was tough, and I feel like she pushed me to the extent that I could throw as good as I threw.
Team Bahamas also got a medal in the 20 boys javelin. Huey rolled bronze with a toss of 62.44 meters.
It was pretty challenging this year because it was I wasn't mentally prepared for it, but I still come out and fight as best as I can. I felt that I could throw better, and I stretched my furthest throw, and that bugged me a lot.
On to the under-17 girls long jump now. Thea Charlton securing a bronze medal there, 5.64 meters.
To put my first jump out there, which I did. My first jump was my best jump of 5.64 meters. And throughout the competition, I was leading, and right up until my very last jump, where the competition Jamaica, one girl jumped 5.70 and the next jump 5.91. It was a great experience. Now I know what I'm coming into next year, which is my final year under 17, and I will take the gold next year. I know what to do.
While the news is most coming out of the Carifta Track and Field Championships, there were some accusations being hurled around about a dummy company being set up to extort money. This is what Games CEO Rose Carey had to say on the matter.
Carifta is under the auspices of NACAT. It comes through the B3As. We are the federation that would host the event. There is an organizing committee which has the responsibility of organizing the games. So we do not have a company, a dummy company. We have the organization is called the Carifta Bahamas 2018. All funds received we will have an audit.
The Providence Basketball Association's best of 5 semifinals back on court last night at the AF Adderley Gym. Up first in Division 2, win or go home for the Carroll Contractors Resistance against the Alive Buckets. The Resistance, they started strong, scoring the first 9 points of the ball game. They actually held a double-digit lead for most of the first quarter. Late in the second period, the Buckets would make a run, and they pulled within 4 heading to the break. That surge continued in the third quarter as well. The Buckets took their first lead of the game at 64-63. From there, the Buckets never looked back. They coast to a 99-84 victory to win the series 3-1. Alive now moves on to face the Breezes High Flyers in the championship, which starts on Saturday. As for the Resistance, they are done for the season.
Defense was the main reason. We came out flat, but in the second half we started to pick it up, start talking, communicating, and our offense just came nuts.
I am disappointed. I have a little headache, and I'm a little bit distraught, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. This hurts, man, because we came out so hot. We were thinking we were gonna take control of the series, but they really came out. They really took control of the series from the tip of game 2. We came out game 3. We dictated the pace, but you gotta commend them, man. Game 3, that we came out hard, same thing as this game, but they were able to keep it pushing, keep it going, and they really didn't give up. So they're a good team. So I can't take anything from them.
On to Division 1 now, just like the Resistance, the PJ Stingers also in a must-win against the Commonwealth Bank Giants. This was a very competitive ball game through the end of the first quarter, with the score tied at 20-all. As for the other 3 quarters, they were a totally different story. Giants dominate en route to a 110-7 the free game for the season as they move into the championship on Saturday against the Rockets.
You don't want to give them any life, you give a team life, anything can happen. So we had a couple of good practices, we know when you come out here, the master intensity, the guys are playing the way we wanted them to play, so I feel comfortable right now.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned, the Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
In today's world, things are constantly changing. So the one thing you can depend on to stay the same is quality, savings, and value. At Solomon's, you'll get real savings with unbeatable prices on everything your family needs. Solomon's, real quality, real savings, real value.
Financial dreams only become a reality when we make the commitment to ourselves and our financial future. Let Leno help you bridge your dream into a reality. Leno Corporate Services offer individual retirement plans, pension administration, investment management, brokerage and trading, accounting, payroll, and corporate services.
Leno, bridging possibilities. Contact us at 396-3225.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Rugs, carpet tiles, ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters, located on Bernard Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you, offering free estimates and deliveries to the Family Islands. Wright's Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Bernard Road, telephone number 364-1260.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say, with a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
Cellular and Electronics is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs.
From the latest in cell phones and accessories like the iPhone 6s Plus to the Samsung S6 Edge, the latest in game consoles, games, and accessories. We also carry the best hoverboards, stereo sound systems, and much more. We also have certified technicians to fix all your electronic needs. Located in the Coconut Grove Plaza and the Mall at Marathon. What are you waiting for? Come on down to CTI Cellular and Electronics today.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evo.
Red cheese, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are,
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
there's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evo.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, weak front system moving through the northwest Bahamas could trigger 1 or 2 brief showers along the front boundary itself. Behind that, things will dry out heading into the weekend, but we do anticipate the winds picking up on Saturday, but that will be short-lived as they will fall off to reasonable levels once again on Sunday and the early part of next week. Our forecast for tonight, partly cloudy with 1 or 2 showers, as we said already, near that frontal boundary. Low temperature getting down to 70 degrees, and tomorrow we're looking at partly sunny conditions, a bit warmer with showers continuing near that frontal boundary. High temperature tomorrow should get up to about 83 degrees. And extended weather forecast getting rather toasty as we get into the weekend with temperatures getting up into the mid to upper 80s. And that doesn't sound like good news. We've been enjoying those nice, cool, and comfortable temperatures for quite some time, but it seems as though the summery temperatures are well on the way.
Thank you so much for that great weather, Basil. And with that, we end the Bahamas Tonight, the national report for all of us here at ZNS. I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great evening, everyone.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.